Publisher and editor of Politics First, Marcus Papadopoulos, joins us now from London. Mr. Papadopoulos, this comment coming from Lindsey Graham, it's a bit vague. Does he mean that Donald Trump is going to make a U-turn on his decision for pulling the U.S. troops out of Syria or not?
Well, the caveat I issue to anything that comes out of the mouth of Donald Trump is to take it not with a pinch of salt, but with a sack of salt. Mr. Trump is a very rash person. He says one thing one day and another thing the next day. However, my own opinion on the matter is that the Americans know that they have lost in their objective to overthrow the Syrian government. However, I don't think the Americans are quite yet ready to surrender the strategic presence that they have in northeast Syria. So taking that into consideration, I believe that American forces will remain for some time in Syria, but eventually they will be pulled out. However, that does not mean the day when they're pulled out that America will have no influence in Syria, because I believe the Americans and their strategic partners, the Turks, are talking privately at the moment, and I think that when the day comes when the Americans leave Syria, they will retain a strategic presence in the country through Turkey, who, as we all know, also has an illegal presence in Syria. But let me just say this as well. We've heard Donald Trump say that the American military has defeated ISIS. Now we're hearing Lindsey Graham saying that American forces will remain in Syria until ISIS is completely defeated. Nothing could be further from the truth. The argument that America has fought and has defeated ISIS is absolutely ludicrous. ISIS has been all but destroyed by the combined efforts of Russia, Syria, Iran, and Hezbollah. And the notion that the Americans have been fighting against ISIS is equally ridiculous. And I will say this too: why does no one on Capitol Hill ask these questions? Who armed ISIS? Who trained ISIS? Who financed ISIS? Who purchased ISIS oil? Who gave logistical assistance to ISIS? These are critical questions that politicians in the West should be asking. Now, the fact that no American politician has asked these questions, and the fact that no American politician will ask them, really demonstrates that America has not been fighting ISIS. Rather, it has been supporting ISIS. It has used ISIS as a formidable weapon to try and overthrow the Syrian government.
Marcus Papadopoulos joining us from London. Thanks a lot, sir.